Hi, everybody. I am Sarah Marie Paul, and I am here this evening to be your oily journey leader for tonight. And we are going to talk about how to make all the oily things. And we're going to start off really super simple, but I see some of you and I've seen you, a couple times at this class. So I want to give you some recipes that you've never seen before too. So I'm going to give you some things that are going to be a little bit basic. And I promise you that you will get a copy of all the things that we discussed. So please have a pen with you, have some paper with you so you can take notes, but don't get freaked out if you don't write down every single measurement or every single thing, because as long as you fill out the Google Doc at the end, you're going to get all the details. And I know that you were eyeing up the cute little label that's on Melanie's bottle. I will be sending you a copy of all these beautiful labels too. So you're going to get some pretty labels that you can print out at home. You're also going to get a beautiful recipe card, which is going to look like this, which I'm going to show you all the details for that. And you're also going to get all the extensive recipes tonight too. So bada bing, bada boom, let's get started. I am here with Sarah Stutzman. It is the Sarah Power Hour, and we are just like pumped, and we love these Monday nights, and we're so happy that you decided to come here and join us live, which is why we always want to bless you with a little bit of something for coming live and not just being on the replay. If you're on the replay, we love you too, but it's just a little bit more fun when you're live. So what we're going to talk about, Sarah, do you want to chat a little bit? Do you want to do a little bit of an introduction as well? I don't even know that I introduced myself besides talking nonsense, but go ahead.
Here we go. Okay, now I'm unmuted. Hello, happy Monday. DIYing. Oh my word. Where do I even begin? Okay, I'm Sarah Stutzman and one of your oily educators here, and super excited to join Sarah tonight. I started about 6 years ago and started DIYing everything. And I saw some of your comments, depends on the item. And I totally am with you. Like, I was DIYing everything. And then I was like, wait a minute, how much time am I spending on this item? So yeah, you have to definitely like, okay, am I spending too much time on this item? If you love DIYing, go for it. There are so many things in my household that I make because I feel like I don't have to then load up all my kids to go down to Target, where I love Target. I don't know, I just do, but I get sucked in. Anyone else get sucked in at the dollar section there? But anyway, these days, especially these days in this last year, I have just come to love being able to make things in our home. And I consider it like self-sufficiency, having staple items like baking soda, cornstarch, arrowroot powder, coconut oil, simple things, and then my essential oils in my home that I don't have to go out into public, right? And so that just brings us peace of mind, especially loading up all my kids. And so that's where we're at with homes, like homesteading and self-sufficiency. And so I don't know about you guys, but in the comments, like, what do you love about DIYing?
Yeah, or like, what is your favorite DIY to make? That's
Yeah.
what I want to know. Like, what do you always DIY? You never buy, you always DIY this. And Sarah, what's something that you always DIY?
Hand soap. Hand soap. I
Just
see you all. Yes, they're all
hand soap,
posting
hand
hand
soap,
soap.
hand soap.
Oh my word, it's so easy, right? And I don't DIY it anymore. My kids do.
Yeah.
Like, they just make it and they concoct all the like things. I'm like, okay, maybe not rose and blue tansy for hand soap.
Mhm.
Like, how about some thieves, right? Thieves and lemon. What is your favorite thing to put in your hand soap? Lotion, shampoo you're all making, face moisturizer. What oils do you love to put in your hand soap?
I love thieves. Yeah, Chris loves thieves too. I love Christmas spirit. Yes,
Yep.
Melanie. I'm saying like we are on the same wavelength. I love thieves. I love Christmas spirit. Oh my gosh, winter nights. Yeah, Lisa, that's a great one too. Lavender is good. Kirsty makes her teething cream. Oh my gosh, I remember Copaiba was a lifesaver with my son Cooper when he was teething. Lemon. Bergamot lavender. Ooh, that sounds fancy. Lemon and thieves. All the good things, right? Okay, so I don't know. I'm just going to kind of go at it. I'm going to go at it. I have a presentation and I'm going to like go over a couple super easy things. I'm going to go over the resources that I'm going to give you. And then we're going to get kind of deep into DIYs tonight. Are y'all ready for this? Yes. Okay. You're like, yes, I'm so ready. Okay. So, oh, and chicken coop spray. Kirsty, I cannot wait until I get my chickens. I'm going to be messaging you again for all those recipes. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen in just a minute. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. And Sarah, if you could just pay attention to the comments in the room, that'd be awesome. Okay, so let me see here. I'll move this and here we go. Okay, so we'll talk about some beginner oily DIYs. I'm going to go and just briefly talk to you about the resource because I told you that I have an awesome recipe card that I'm going to share with you tonight. This is going to be for you. You can print it out. And what I recommend doing with it, what I do with a lot of my recipe cards, one, I either keep them on the fridge, or two, I stick them immediately underneath a diffuser in my home. So what do you do with the recipe cards? Because I know if you're on our team, you are getting some happy mail. What do you do with them? Do you have any tips on ways to store them? I know some friends, they actually keep them in a photo album, like an old school little 3x5 photo album to keep it like a recipe book. What do you do with yours? I take mine, I shove it right underneath my diffuser. That way, when I walk over to my diffuser and I go, what do I want to diffuse today? Pull out the card, pop in something good, and try something new. So what do? Here is the resource that I'm gifting you. I was looking and I see on here, the bottom got cut off a little bit, but on your recipe card, it is absolutely beautiful. I just wanted it to be large enough so that you could read it. So let me just move this thing. All right. So this recipe card has to do with just the oils that are in the starter kit. It tells you exactly how to make a roller, how to make a spray, okay? And then it gives you some recipes: immune, happy, calm, focus, breathe, and sleep. And these all go along with the labels that I'm gifting you this evening as well. And then there is a face serum recipe that's down here, which is great for all skin types to use after you wash your face and before you put your moisturizer on. And then this little reminder just says when you diffuse, use a total of about 6 drops in your diffuser of any of these recipes, 6 drops total, okay? So these recipes are tried and true, some of my absolute favorites to make and to use. And I figured that this would be a great resource for you to print out, to cut, to put under your diffuser, but also a great one to gift to a friend if you have shared at all with any friends that this is just another resource that you'll be able to either email to them or that you can print and gift them a little copy of it, because it really is the foundation of making a spray bottle, making a roller, making a face serum. These are some of the things that I do the most in my home. When you take a look at these recipes, the immune, happy, calm, focus, breathe, or sleep, which is one that you would want to make like right now? Let me know in the comments which one of these rollers would be the one that you would want by your bedside right now to use. I know that I have a little roller here with the happy label on it. I'm excited to use the peppermint and citrus fresh just for a little bit of a pick me up in the morning time. And the sleep one, peace and calming and lavender. Really, I am still obsessed with peace and calming. I use it all the time. A little hint for you all out there, that sleep roller can also be used as a little bit of a deodorant. I do not wear deodorant. I use peace and calming on my armpits because it has just the right amount of patchouli in it for me. And it just makes me feel oh so happy. So what roller? What are you thinking?
It looks like it's a combination: sleep, breathe, and focus. A lot of people are
Okay.
choosing. Yeah.
Love all the things.
Yeah, calm, focus, breathe.
All right, so good mix. Good
Mhm.
mix. Everybody
Yep.
needs a little something, something. Okay, and this spray recipe that's up here, how it has to add just to a bottle, a little 2-ounce bottle. You can add a teaspoon of witch hazel. If you don't have witch hazel, you can always use a little bit of Epsom salt, just a tiny bit, maybe like an eighth of a teaspoon in the bottom of your bottle. That'll help all the oils to evenly disperse. And then you can top off with distilled water. The reason that you use distilled water in a spray like that is because if it's going to sit around for a little while, you do not want it to get functified. It can get funky if you leave it sit for a while. That's why I use distilled water in something that's going to sit for a long time. Um, One of our favorites, I use the sleep spray. Again, I use that for my son. He was having some nightmares recently, which is not fun with a 5-year-old. So we spray it on him, we spray it on his bed, and he absolutely loves that. So you can use this spray for a body spray. You can use it for a room spray. You can use it for just, I don't know, for a hair, like refreshing spray. You can use it for a linen spray. It's extremely versatile. You can use it in your car to make your car smell good. I love making sprays. I really, really do. And same thing with the rollers. And like Sarah said, especially if you have little ones or if you're making rollers for children, then you don't have to worry about them using all the oils. All the oils. You can just give them a roller, and it's nice to be able to have rollers in all different places in your home too. And just a note about the face serum. So I have it down here, 10 drops of lavender, frankincense, and Valor. So Valor has that magnificent blue oil. Who can tell me what oil is in Valor that makes it smell so amazingly intoxicating, gives it all the relaxation, and it's so good for your skin? Which oil is that?
They're getting it.
Anybody
Melinda
know?
said,
Anybody
yep.
know?
Melinda said blue tansy.
Yes, it
Yep.
is blue
Alchemy
tansy.
and blue tansy. Mm-hmm.
And it always makes me think about Sawyer, and it always makes me think about Cooper. Sawyer, your daughter, and Cooper, my son, who love to put blue tansy on because it changes their skin blue for a little bit, right? I know Cooper uses it all the time, and just runs around and is like, blue tansy, but it's super relaxing. It's incredibly healing for skin. Um, so if your skin is just a tiny bit blue after you put it on, don't worry, it'll just absorb right in. But it's very amazing um, for the way that your skin looks. For also, great way to moisture. It's great for wrinkles. It's great for all of the things. Okay, so with these recipes, which one do you make the most? Do you do rollers? Do you do sprays? Or do you do face serum? Which one is like I do it all the time?
There is a question here.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, Jill said, if you are brand new to making rollers, how do you do it and where do you get your supplies?
Absolutely. That's a great question.
Mhm.
So, what I'm going to do for a moment, I'm going to stop sharing so y'all can see me, right? So, I have my roller bottle here. I popped a happy sticker on it. You're going to get all of these labels so that you can make them. I personally get all of my materials from Amazon because they are cheap and they are cheap and they work well. When you are looking for a roller bottle, you want to make sure that it has either a glass or a stainless steel roller ball. You don't want plastic. Plastic is super cheapy and they stop working. They break down super fast. That's important. When you're making a roller, and Sarah, I don't know if you have a link to bottles that you love that you could share in the comments. I
I'm
can
the same.
share.
Amazon. Amazon is
Yep,
where yep.
absolutely. And I get these. I love these with the little bamboo tops, and they're just clear glass because I think they're beautiful. So I always use those.
Or
So
Etsy. If you
yeah,
search Etsy too, if you like the more fancier different shapes or like the bamboo tops, sometimes you can get those on Amazon too. Um, you can find more on Amazon now, but if you like more different styles or even labels, you can go to Etsy and there are a ton of supplies there as well.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to show you now, I have my happy label on. I'm looking at my recipe card and it says to use 12 drops of peppermint and 12 drops of citrus fresh. So when I make a roller bottle, I always put the essential oil in first and then I top it off with carrier oil afterwards. So the oil comes out of the side of the bottle, not, you don't have to tip it all the way over. I'm trying to count and talk and it's not working. Y'all are probably like, oh my God, you did like 25 drops. It's okay. It's okay. I've been doing this a while, but I'm trying to get that amount in the bottle. So I'm just going to kind of let it drip in. My peppermint is going a lot more slowly than the citrus fresh, which is totally normal because oils have different viscosity levels, which means that some come out of the bottle a lot more quickly than others. And that's totally normal, totally fine because it's all based on the plant. So in here, I have my total of about 25 drops to a 10 milliliter bottle. That is the dilution ratio that I like to use for 12 and up. This is going to be for myself. I am a healthy adult, so that's what I'm going to use it for. And then I have carrier oil. So carrier oil, Young Living has a V6 oil, which I love. I have that at my office right now. That's what I typically use. Right now I'm using fractionated coconut oil. I'm just going to put it into the roller bottle. I'm going to fill it up. And then I am just going to pop the roller top right back on. And if I weren't talking to all of you and trying to count, it would have taken me what? 30 seconds, a minute to make a roller bottle. That is how easy it is. And just because it's diluted doesn't mean that it's not effective, okay? This is quite effective and it smells so good. And where do I like to put it? Oh my gosh, that really does smell good. Okay, so I love to put oils. I love to do the aromatic breath. This is nothing new for some of you, but I'm telling you, it is the best thing ever. If you have an oil, grab it. I would love to see any of you do this with me because it just always makes life better when you remember to breathe. So I take the oil. You can do this when you have an oil that's in a roller or one that's just in a bottle. That's fine too. I'm going to put a little bit in the palm of my hand. I'm going to rub it like this. Then I'm going to cup my hands, put them over my nose and over my mouth. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths in through my nose, out through my mouth. Ready? I'm going to take the rest of the oil, put it behind my ears. Why do I do that? Because there are so many reflexology points behind my ears that are all geared towards emotions. Emotions are a big thing for me. Are emotions a big thing for you? Anybody out there need all the relaxation and emotional support that you can get? Is it just me? Not just me. Okay, good. All right, me too. So that's why I'm always putting oils behind my ears. I'm always doing that to my son too. Just kind of grabbing him, especially when he's running around, like really running around in circles around me, like come over here. And I just like wipe him behind his ears. It helps us to calm down. And even remembering to breathe like that, it has been shown to be extremely significant for you to take 3 1-minute breaths at periodic times during the day to be able to center yourself and to be able to calm yourself. So that is a fantastic way to be able to use oils and an amazing way to be able to use your rollers as well. Yes, and Karen said she's been using her empty 5 milliliter bottles as rollers. You can just pop a little roller fitment on there, which Young Living sells. Sarah Stutzman has one right there, and you can turn any bottle into a roller bottle just like that, or use them and add some carrier oil in there too.
We use lavender a lot in our house, and my daughter said, I'm gonna make a roller bottle to put on before bed so I don't use so much, Mom. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And so we all actually have just roller bottles of lavender right next to our bed so we can easily apply right before bed. So all of my kids, they are 7, almost 7, and almost 12. So 7, 9, and 12. And they all have their little lavender roller bottles. So you can use these fitments and you can get them from Young Living. They come in a 10-pack and you just look up roller bottle fitments and you can get a whole 10-pack and reuse your bottles.
Absolutely. Thank you for that tip, Sarah.
Mhm.
And that's the same thing with when you make a spray bottle. You're going to put your essential oil in first. Okay. Then you're going to use your witch hazel or your Epsom salt, whichever one you're choosing, fill with distilled water last. Shake it a little bit and spray. Go to town. This is not rocket science. It's okay if you're a couple drops, like I don't even really know how many drops I put in here. It's okay. I'm using it for myself. I'm totally okay with that. Same thing with the spray as well. Any questions about those before we get into like nitty gritty and crazy recipes?
Thank you, Jill, for posting
Yeah,
links to some of your favorite bottles.
awesome. Okay, then I'm going to go back to share my screen
Mhm.
and I'm going to give y'all some more recipes. Okay, so you're all going to get that card. You're all going to get these labels. Who is excited about these labels? I just think they're so beautiful. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm a sucker for pretty labels. So these are all going to go to you as well. Then you can just print them on some label paper, or you can print them on, yeah, that's what I would do. Print them on some label paper and just cut them, and they will fit onto any of your bottles at home. Okay, I'm going to go through, and I have a ton. So I'm going to really watch the time. And I just want to give you some other ways to use these oils. Like it is all about replacing things in your home, right? Not making oils an extra thing. It's using oils instead of maybe an over the counter thing, or instead of maybe something that, has a bunch of chemicals in it. Just like a healthier option, making things easier. Joint and muscle cream. Who has used this? I have used a version in the past, but it never had Valor in it. Valor is amazing for joints, for bones, and for muscles as well. Did you know that? Some people, not me, but some people call it a chiropractor in a bottle. I told my chiropractor that, and he was like, "Really? That's interesting." But some people do because it's so good for your bones, ligaments, and muscles. So this is a great joint and muscle cream that you can use when you're using coconut oil here. They are talking about the hardened coconut oil that you would use. You would melt it down on the stove or in a microwave, and then you can add the oils into it. In here, they use a mixer to whip it until it gets fluffy. I just melt it down, put it into a glass mason jar, and wait till it gets hard again. But this is an awesome recipe. Does anybody use this or something like it? And then another way to use a salve, right, is that you can make one that is just for your hands. So I don't know about you, but if you have any dry, cracked hands, or oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing, but sorry, my son was giving me a foot massage the other night, which I did not make him do it. I don't know what he's so into, like taking care of other people right now, which is the sweetest thing ever. Um, and he asked to give me a foot massage. And I said, great, yes, I would absolutely love that. So we got out all the oils. He was rubbing my feet. And I had told him that we could go, like we were done. He had put maybe like 25 different oils on the bottom of my feet. And he said, Mom, we can't stop. Your heels are so dry. He said, they're so dry. They're so tough, he called them. So if anybody has tough heels, you could use this recipe on there as well. And they use beeswax pellets. They also use shea butter and almond oil. They melt this down in a double boiler, and then stir it, and then you can again put it into a small tin, or I like to use little 4-ounce mason jars, the glass ones, and then you can let it get hard after you add the essential oils, and you can just apply this as needed. Where would you keep this in your house? Where would you keep that? I think I would keep it right next to my bed. And the nose swipe. Sarah, do you use this or something like it?
I do. Just to yeah, inside the nose. just to keep all those pathogens and, we're breathing in. And so think about the entryway of you know, all the things, right? Our eyes, our nose, our ears, we're touching things on our hands, but normally it's through our nose. And so, yeah, I swipe that right inside my nose, and so do my kids. We do.
Absolutely. And I've used it with the rose ointment. That stuff is incredible for very dry skin. You just take it, you can add thieves and raven to it. Super great for immune system support, great for breathing, the raven. And then, yep, you can just swipe it. I love using this when we fly. It is a lifesaver with that recirculated air as well. And chest rub. This is one of the first things ever that I made. How many of you, okay, DIY or buy chest rub? Let me know in the comments. Would you DIY it or would you buy it? They use coconut oil and then all of the incredible breathing, healthy breathing oils, lemons in there for the healthy lymphatic system, thieves for immune system support. You combine the ingredients well, add to a glass jar. I keep mine in the refrigerator. You don't even have to do that. They say just a cool, dry place. I want to know, what do you think about the chest rub? Ooh, okay. Lots of questions, huh?
Questions, yeah.
Great.
Can you see on your end?
Now I can. I don't even know if you guys can see me. Do you see anything? I'm hoping I'm not like, you can just see like the thing, right? The
Yeah.
presentation. Okay. And Lisa said, okay, so Melinda said with the salve that you could keep it bedside, put socks over your feet afterwards. Yes, I need to do that tonight so I don't have tough heels anymore. And Lisa said with her husband, he works out a lot, has calluses that rip open when they get too dry. Yes, rose ointment is amazing, and that hand salve would be incredible too. Does the nose swipe help your nose from drying out? It sure does. It is really fantastic, especially if you have any drying like around your nose or just like, right at the bottom of your nose. It is wonderful just to keep things healthy and to help keep that skin healthy as well. So what is the rose ointment? I wish I would have grabbed it and brought it over. It is a little container that is hardened. It's a Young Living product. Young Living sells rose ointment, and it has some oils that are in there, and it is super nourishing for skin. Extremely, extremely nourishing. Sarah, maybe if you could put the link for the rose ointment in there, that would be awesome.
It's great for cuticles too,
Yes.
like at the end of like winter cuticles. Yeah, it's just incredible. Dry skin. We're actually going to have it if we're having the business and beauty event on April 24th. We're going to be pampered with all the skin stuff, and rose ointment is going to be featured in that. You'll be able to use that. So I will post the link to
Thank you.
rose ointment. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, and put the link to that event too. I would love if you would share that. Yeah, so it is fantastic. It is one of the items that you don't hear a lot about, but it lasts a very long time and it's great for super dry skin. So I should go swipe that on my heels tonight. And the chest rub. Yes, I DIY this one as well, but I did just get the Thieves chest rub. I think somebody said that upstairs,
Mhm.
up there. Yeah. And the Thieves chest rub is fantastic as well. It's a great consistency, super easy application wise. So I use both. And now here is a lip balm. Now tell me, for me, this is a little intense of a DIY, but I know you do this a lot, right, Sarah?
Oh, yes. The lip, say that again. I
Okay.
was looking for
Yeah.
the
Oh, I'm
rose.
sorry. You guys make lip balm a lot, you and the girls.
We do. Oh my word. So we make a lot of it around Christmas time. It has been like just, oh my, it's just everyone looks forward to it for Christmas, like a little Christmas gift. And then we make a ton extra just to have on hands because we just go through it so much. And then normally around Valentine's Day, we'll make a little bit more just to give for Valentine's gifts. And it's something fun. It's a little more of an in-depth make, DIY, but If you make it in a large batch, and we got, I'll post the link here. We got a chapstick maker that is so much easier because I was using a syringe. Like I would just suck up the liquid and then syringe it into the chapstick mold. And we got a whole kit that you just pour all the chapstick in and it all goes in at once. And it's so easy. I will post that link here. It is, it, Melanie, it was messy when I was doing the syringe and it would take forever. This kit is so much easier. You can do like 50 at one time. It's
That
so
is
easy.
awesome. So
Yeah.
I have never made lip balm. I'm just going to be honest with you. I choose to buy. Um, do you? I want to know. Have you all tried the Young Living lip balms? Anybody try them? The lavender one is my favorite, absolute favorite. But I do love yours, Sarah. When you have made it and given it to me in the back, like in the
So
past, I absolutely love it too.
I am I've been buying more
Yeah.
than making because I am in love. And even the girls are like, Mom, I love the cinnamon, the
Mhm.
grapefruit. They love them. But my girls are young and
Yeah.
I mean, I find them in the laundry, I find them in the
Yes.
dryer, and we go through them. So I mean, we lose them. And so
Yep.
that's why I make them, and they get the made ones, and
Yeah.
I get the Young Living
You get
ones.
the good ones. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I still do that too. And I mean, I find them everywhere. Even Jill says that she has them stashed all over the place
Yeah.
too. I know. I'm always like digging for them. The
Mhm.
vanilla mint one is really good too. I feel like that's seasonal, but I love that one. And next up is body butter. Okay, I have people messaging me all the time asking for like lotion recipes or body butter recipes. So here is one that you can try. Again, it has a double boiler and you melt down the shea butter, the coconut oil. You can add in the almond or avocado oil and the vitamin E oil. Vitamin E oil is so good for skin, especially dry skin. Then you can chill it, and when it's solid, then you can whip it and mix in the essential oils, and it makes a ton. 8 4-ounce jars. That's a lot of body butter. Great for gifts. So I would want to know if you were to DIY this, what oil would you put in it? What would be your choice to put in it? I'm just going to apply more Valor. I feel like mine would be Valor because I'm applying it all the time. All the time. Lavender, 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 frank, stress away, peppermint. Ooh, peppermint would be nice. Stress away. I like that one too. Frank and stress away. That's a good combo. All right. Let's change gears from self care to a little bit of cleaner. Okay. So here is laundry scent booster and softener because I have a lot of people again who are like, "Oh, I want my clothing to still smell like, really good." Um, we purchased clothing from the thrift shop like maybe like a week ago. I got my son pajamas. It was probably 2 weeks ago. I got my son pajamas. My husband and I were on date night and the babysitter put the pajamas on him after I had washed them, but I didn't, they were still in the dryer. I didn't have a chance to smell them. And they still smelled horrific, like, like fabric softener, like super chemically fabric softener. I have really sensitive skin. He has really sensitive skin. When I came home, I could smell them on him. Like it was crazy how bad they smelled, like chemicals. Um, and I can break out on my skin. My son will break out on his skin. It'll hurt our upper respiratory systems. Even just like walking down the laundry aisle of the grocery store has that effect on us. Does anyone else feel this way? Is this just me? I had no idea in the thrift store that it smelled like that. And then coming home, my poor son is laying in his bed, wrapped up in his favorite cheetah blanket, sleeping. So I didn't want to wake him up, but I was about to wake him up. And in the morning time, like I stripped him immediately, stripped the bed, stripped his blanket, and his skin even smelled like it. It was such a sad mama moment for me. So I stripped all the clothing, which was fine, but it was crazy, 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 crazy to me. So this is something you can use to still have your laundry smell really good. to still have, your fabric be softer. Citrus fresh, lavender, Epsom salts, good old Epsom salts, and baking soda. They can really be beneficial, and you can use this instead, and put it into your washer basin per load. This is totally a DIY that is my speed, that can make your laundry smell good without any chemicals too. I see a bunch of you say, yeah, the smell gives you a headache. Yes, headaches, itchy skin, all the things. So this is something that you can use as an alternative.
Can I just add
Oh my
to
gosh, yeah.
as a quick impromptu tent booster on the lines of thrifting? We were thrifting on Saturday, and we bought a lot of clothing, and so they shoved it all in a scented garbage bag,
Oh,
and I threw it in the car. We went to the next store, like that was, right next door. Not even like they were putting it, I could smell it as they were putting it in. And I'm like, what do I say? Like putting it in a different
mhm.
bag, like they didn't have a different bag, can have a box. And so we were driving down the road, and all my kids are going, oh my gosh, the smell, the smell. And they were getting nauseous from it, just being in the car. I said, dump, dump out the bag. We're going to Mammals. We're going to throw it in her outside trash can. And we got there, and I just left the clothes in the van, like on the floor. So if you like, a trash cans, think about your trash can. A simple DIY is
Yeah.
you can put like, some cotton balls with your favorite scent, like lavender or citrus fresh or lemon, on a bunch of cotton balls or a piece of like just old fabric. If you want to have a scented trash bag, or, scent, maybe a small bathroom trash bag, or even like a couple drops on a toilet paper roll. So like the toilet paper roll, put a couple drops of lavender inside there, so that way it smells fresh in your bathroom instead of all those scented items, right?
Yeah. Yes. So smart. Yeah, the trash bags for sure.
Mhm.
Um, and Chris said that she uses Purification in her fabric softener,
Mhm.
which is awesome, in her DIY softener. And Melinda said to use Digize. Yes, Digize is great to get smells out. That's what I ended up stripping all my laundry. I did a laundry strip with that stuff. And then I ended up popping a whole bunch of Digize in with my laundry soap to get that smell out too. So those are all great tips, really good tips. Thank you for sharing all these tips. I knew you guys would appreciate this. Okay, tinctures. So here is a little bit of a different way. You can do this with little dropper bottles. You can put them into an empty 15 milliliter tincture bottle, which is just like a little dropper bottle. The CBD bottles, empty CBD bottles, work great for this, and consume 5 to 8 drops under the tongue daily or as needed. So here are some great recipes to do this. Happy Digestion is one. They add a little bit of stevia to these. That is not necessary unless you want it to taste a little bit sweeter. You could always omit that. And then they have avocado or grapeseed oil as the carrier oil that you would top off the bottle with. Happy Digestion, Wellness, Antioxidant Power. Which one of these would be the first one that you would make? I know I have a bunch of empty dropper bottles downstairs. I'm excited to make some of these and have them on hand too. What do you think? Happy Digestion, Wellness, or the Antioxidant Power? What would you want to make first? What would be beneficial? Lots of happy digestion. That's what I was thinking would be great in our house too. And the wellness one too. That's awesome. Great way to use your oils. Just a little bit of a different twist. Foaming hand soap. We love this one, right? So this tried and true recipe, they use 2 tablespoons of Castile soap. They add the 1/4 teaspoon of vitamin E oil just to help your hands be nice and soft, and 5 to 10 drops of essential oil of your choice. Um, Citrus fresh, thieves, stress away, lavender, lemon. Add them all to an empty foaming hand soap dispenser and top with distilled water. Again, they say distilled water here just so that if it's sitting around for a while, it doesn't get funky. And I know from the very first, our first couple minutes together, that you all love this recipe. Let's talk about some sugar scrubs. I have one of these that my girlfriend made for me with actually that winter nights that you were talking about earlier, Lisa. Um, oh my gosh. And I love it. I'm like savoring the little last bit of the sugar scrub. So this is great to use, and you can use it on your hands. You can use it on your body to exfoliate as needed. There is a kitchen fresh one with lemon and basil in there, one that is a stress melter with stress away and citrus fresh, and then one that is a relaxing mint with lavender and peppermint. And they add the sugar, they add the coconut oil, and again, the I love keeping them in the 4-ounce mason jars. I think that they are fantastic. Which one sounds the best to you for the smell? Which one do you think would smell the best? Kitchen fresh, stress melter, or relaxing mint? This makes me want to take like one of those long showers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Did you see that going around how like women, take all the different types of showers?
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
need like a really good one. I'm long overdue. Lock myself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Stress melter. I know that's just sounds fantastic. And the relaxing mint. I love the mints that are mixed in here too.
I'm thinking the kitchen fresh would be a good one for garden hands.
Yeah, with the lemon and the basil.
Yeah. Mhm.
I bet you that combo smells really good. I'm just so excited for spring. All right, and let's move on to the carpet refresher. This is great if you vacuum your floors instead of using like, any of that powdery stuff that has all the different fragrances that are in it. You could totally use this. It is super simple. Like Sarah said earlier, just having baking soda in your home is amazing. We just got quartz countertops, and they're very white. And I will get like little discolorations on them. And I really use this carpet refresher recipe. I use that on my countertop and it works amazing just to kind of have the countertops look absolutely beautiful again. So you can combine the ingredients, add to an empty glass shaker bottle. A great bottle to use for this is just an empty uh, spice jar, and you can sprinkle it on the carpets, allow it to sit for 15 minutes, and then vacuum it up. Citrus fresh, thieves, and baking soda. Um, do any of you do this? Do any of you do this already? I would love to know if you do. I used to use this at my other house. We don't have any carpet now, but when we
We
did,
we just have little rugs, like
yeah,
my dog lays on them, and so I will just get
refresh it up.
area rugs, yeah, freshen them up.
Yeah. Oh, Melinda says she uses it as a mattress cleaner too. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Rochelle loves it. Yeah, it's so easy, and you can use it in so many different ways.
Melody says rosemary for the kitchen. That's good too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mm.
Heck yeah. All right, back on target with self care. I'm just going to kind of keep going through to give you some other ideas of how to use these oils. Lash Love. So, lavender, rosemary, and cedarwood, along with castor oil. Castor oil is great for hair growth. Okay, so that would be great for a serum to put onto your scalp as well, like an intense, a little bit of a serum that you could use like an overnight treatment. Great for hair growth. Add them to a clean mascara tube, top with castor oil, and you can apply to clean lashes daily. I even would just put some of these oils in with my mascara. I've done that already too, not quite as many drops, just to kind of get that benefit too. But castor oil is amazing to support that area. And then lavender, rosemary, and cedarwood are great to stimulate hair growth too. So I don't know. Would you guys be willing to do this? Do you think that you would make this and try it?
You can get the empty mascara tubes, you can get them on Amazon. I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids think it's like they're like, "Oh, they're putting on mascara."
Yeah.
Like mascara. I do this at nighttime for lash growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Next up, bath salts. Okay, so 1 cup of Epsom salt. This recipe has Himalayan pink sea salt, baking soda in with it. This is a nice little detox bath. And then you can add your essential oils of choice, combine all the ingredients, add to glass storage container, and add to a hot bath. And they have some really good combos that are down here. Lovely Lady, Chillax, Melt Away, Flush, and also Oasis. I know that I love to just put my empty bottles of oil into Epsom salts, and then I use those because the Epsom salt just sucks out the last drops of oil out of those bottles. Um, and you can also take these and you can put them in the bottom of a shower and plug the shower and just do a nice little foot soak too. So, which combo sounds the best to you out of these ones that are down here? The Lovely Lady sounds nice to me. The Joy, Valor, and Frankincense too. What do you think? Which is one that you would want to try? And are you more of a bath person? Like, do you take baths? Or are you strictly showers? I would love to know that too. Because I'm usually a shower person. And like I said, you can plug it up, you can put them in the bottom, you can get those aromatic benefits coming up. So you get all the awesome smells. And then you can also be able to still have a little bit of a detox from your feet. Lots of shower people. Yes, you can totally use this. I love baths, but I definitely shower more frequently too. The Flush is interesting to me too. The lemon and the frankincense. Good to get some toxins out.
Mhm.
And here's an under eye nighttime serum with lavender, lemon, and frankincense with just a little bit of witch hazel and jojoba oil. You can put these in an empty little roller and apply right underneath your eyes before bedtime. This is an awesome recipe that you can use too. And I'm going to share one more, spritzes and sprays. So we talked about ways to be able to use the sprays in the very first one with the little recipe card that I have for you. But have you thought about using them with vitality oils? You can use them to freshen your breath with just a little bit of Thieves Vitality and Peppermint Vitality to a 2-ounce spray bottle, top with distilled water, shake it up before you use it. That is awesome to be able to have on hand for a little bit of a soothing skin. If you have any irritation, you can use that. And then they have a room refresher and also that good old sleepy time spray there too. But I really wanted to point out the benefit of being able to use the vitality oils in a spray bottle too.
I've also done that, the fresh breath with Young Living's mouthwash.
That is super smart.
Just put it in a little spray bottle, little tiny one that you can get on Amazon. And then you can add, if you want to boost it up, you can add Thieves and Peppermint to it as well. But the mouthwash works wonderfully.
All right, and I am going to stop my share. I have so many more recipes for you, but we just don't have enough time. But I'm going to send all of them to you. Okay, so I'm going to send you a link that has all the recipes. In addition, you're going to get the postcard and you're also going to get the label sent to you as well. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to add the little link for the form that I would love for you to take 2 to 3 minutes to fill out. That's going to go in the comments. I'm also going to put that in our event. And what is like something that you're really excited to make from tonight? Just tell me one thing that you are excited, maybe something new, maybe something that you knew about, but you haven't made. Let me know what you're excited to make from this evening. And Sarah, what class are you doing next week?
Next week, I'm going to post the link right here, is self-care. But it's going to be practical self-care, because how many of us have time to give to ourselves, like hours of time, right? When we think self-care, we're like, we don't have that time. We're women, we're moms, we're wives, we're, business owners, we work full time. We don't barely have time to down breakfast or take a decent shower, right? So we're going to talk about 5-minute self-care things that you can do every day, like Sarah said, just taking a minute 3 times a day to breathe deep. We're going to talk about simple ways that you can care for yourself, that you can lower stress and feel more harmonious. Simple. Even as simple as plug in a bathtub while you take a shower to get a foot bath as well. Like, that's what we're
Absolutely.
going to talk about.
I love that. Thank you so much, Sarah. And thank you. I'm glad that you guys got some new recipes, or at least some, some ideas of things that you can make from here. And please reach out if we can help you in any way. And Sarah shared a whole bunch of really helpful links in the chat feature as well. We hope that you have a wonderful evening.
Good night.
Take care, everyone.